In this video, I'm going to show you another alternate method for drawing a screen block. Although in this video, I'm going to show the second screen block as opposed to the one that we did in the previous video, screen block wall 1. I'm interested in these sizes of 30 and 115 and the fact that there is repetition. This object, as you can see, can be divided into 4 because it has 2 lines of symmetry in it. So let's begin. The first thing I'll do is I'll change my units to millimeters and a precision of whole numbers. I want to draw 1/4 of the screen block down here on the ground. So let's move in, and 1/4 of that will be 160 millimeters square. So I'll type in 160, 160, press enter, and I've got my 1/4 of the screen block on there like that. I'll move my camera over the top of the object a little more so we're looking a little bit more like we're over the top of it. I want to place some guidelines now, so I'll use the tape measure. 30 millimeters from the edge, the first one, the same on the adjacent edge, 30 millimeters, and then from that guideline I'll come another 115. Now don't worry if it looks like it's off center, it is, and it's meant to be. Alright, so I'm going to draw the rectangle in now, which shows where one of those cutouts is, and I'll delete that unused surface. And we've actually got now 1/4 of the screen block drawn. I'm going to delete the existing guides, and I'm doing that because I want to add some more guides that will help with the duplication of this corner and the technique we're going to use. So click on the tape measure, and from this edge I'm going to measure out 160 again. The first 160 was the original lines here that we drew. And I'm going to do the same off this edge as well, 160 mils. So I've got something that looks like this now. All right. Then what I want to do is duplicate this square. So the first thing that I'm going to do with this technique is just to translate it, or in other words, to move it. I want to move it from its original point here to this point, but I want to create a copy when I move. So I'll press the Control key and that will make a copy. Then what I'm going to use, it's a little bit unorthodox, is I'm going to use the scale tool now, which is this tool here. And what scaling allows me to do is pull that down, and if I go all the way through 0 and back out the other side until I get a scale factor of -1, I've duplicated it, and there it is there. I'm going to erase that line, which I don't need, and then I'm going to do the same thing with this object. Alright, but the first thing I'll need to do is move it, and you can see why we created these guidelines out here now at 160 mils away. Alright, so I want to now scale that one to a factor of -1 that way. Alright, and then I'll do a cleanup again of this line through here, and I now have a profile which I can pull up to a thickness of 130. I'll try that again. There we go. I'm going to delete guides, and I'll move out, and I might just group that like I did with the other one. Give myself a perspective view, and then zoom out to the extent of the drawing like that. And that is another way in which you can use tools like moving, rotation and scaling to actually do duplication. That's the conclusion of the video. Thank you for watching.